Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are we doing? Who we got? We got Argon, we got Derpy Dog, we got Vanillix, B-Dog, Ryan Palmer. What is going on, guys? What's going on? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. It's been a while. It has been a while since we've streamed. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been? How is everyone's summers of staying home and not really being able to do much? J-Teen, Pika Sum, welcome to the stream, guys. How are y'all doing? How are you guys doing today? So I will admit, guys, I'm not 100% set up for this. Like, we're good enough to go. I don't know if it's optimal yet. Today was hectic trying to get this working. Like, last night I put together that video, put it out, and played through Crown Tundra. That was what I did yesterday. I hadn't touched any of the DLC until yesterday. Played through Crown Tundra up until the point where I got this shrine open, got ready for Regidrago, or either one. I didn't even know at that point which one we were doing. That was a thing. And then it was like after midnight, and I have work, so I had to go to bed then. Put up the poll this morning before my lunch break. Took my lunch break. Made the thumbnail during lunch. Started getting the stream assets together, which you guys might notice they're the old assets. They're back. The ones from the 3DS hunts. That pile of electronics and wires over there is my old computer. YouTube said the bitrate was 0, but YouTube is wrong. I got concerned there for a second, sorry. But that's my old computer. That's the case for it. It's all out on a box trying to get it to work. Something wasn't letting it post before. But I was able to get it working. I have it hooked up with a network cable to my network and network drive, pulled it all over. So I was able to get those assets. I have my capture software back. We can do a whole bunch of that stuff, so I was able to get a layout together, and I realized at like 5 o'clock today while I was finishing stuff up, I don't have a team set up for this. I don't have anything like I have on the 3DS. So I have a Pokemon that can paralyze it. That's about all we got. That's what we're gonna run with for this. I also don't know if my soft resets are gonna be optimal. You guys are gonna have to let me know on that. And also if my mic, if I need to put a pop filter back on my mic. It's sitting off to the side. I forgot to do that before starting, but I've been talking too much. Let's try this. Yeah, so like this thing, I feel like I should kill it one time. I should knock it out, I think. Like, I feel like I need to knock it out once, so I don't get that dialogue box every time. I'm not sure, though. And from everything I've heard, this is the best way to do it. Like, this is faster. But how is everybody doing? Good to see you guys. Michael, how's it going? How's it going? Good to see you. Soft reset by closing the game and opening it again a lot faster than running away and doing the puzzle again. Like, that's what I've heard. That's what Puffin was saying. I don't know if I should kill it one time, though, to avoid that whole, hey, you're gonna lock it out kind of thing. Like, I think I should do one reset for that reason, like one knockout for that reason. Yo, Juan, what's going on? Know nothing about the Pokemon DLC? I didn't until yesterday. First encounter, perhaps. I was mortified that I was going to get it on first encounter, because I did one encounter off stream for the purpose of making sure I could catch it, and I was mortified. I was absolutely terrified that I was going to mess it up, like that I was going to screw it up, or not screw it up, that it was going to be shiny, and like there's no going back on that, right? Like, and then we're like, well, it's 6 o'clock, guys. Look at this. Should we catch it? Because it's not like I can go back and hunt Regieleki. I'd have to buy the DLC again or have another save file to redo the DLC. I'd have to buy the DLC in Shield, play all the way through Shield, because I still haven't done that. Or again, no matter what, I have to play through all of Galar again to hunt the other one. So I was concerned, because I've also caught all the Regis, which means I've caught all the Pokemon I can shiny hunt in the new DLC. Yo, Mariah, what's going on? Greg, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. How's everybody been? Ian looks like a high schooler. The backwards hat. The hair that was definitely in style while I was in high school. I don't know if it's still in style. I think I mentioned it in a couple comments. I got my hair cut in like February. And here we are. What a cute little orb lad. Very cute indeed. College has been your life? How's college been going, Vanillix? You starting that up? What a cute little orb lad. He is indeed cute and an orb. But he can also destroy our hopes and dreams. I'm acutely aware of that fact. If it just decides, hello, I'm not going to be caught. Because I am still going to be stubborn. I am still going to try to catch it in a Pokeball. I only have one shot at this guy, so he's getting caught in a Pokeball even if we have to go for him twice. That's how it is. Yo, Purple Hermit, welcome to the stream. DLC was a mistake. Why is it a mistake? He looks like a 1990s high schooler. Maybe this is just like a timeless high school style, I guess. The super long flippy hair. Isn't the lore behind Regidrago that Regigigas ran out of parts for him? That's why he's an orb? And a Charizard head? Also, how is everything like audio-wise and video-wise? How does it all look for you guys? I want to make sure like everything's good. Thumbs up in that regard. Just because first stream back, a little bit new setup in a lot of ways. So I want to make sure everything's good. Why are there so many OP Gen 8 Pokemon? Isn't that just how everything goes with power creep? Looks clean. Good, good. Yeah, this is that 3DS layout we used like for a month. And then I guess we used it for a little more than a month, but we didn't use it very long. I started using it after I started my job, and then I think I used it until Sword and Shield came out. Maybe used it for a couple Grookey hunts. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think that was the case. And then I built the new computer and I lost them all. I lost them all until today. Very nice audio. Good, good. I think it says in his text entry. Gotcha. We'll have to see that after we catch it, because we're gonna catch it today. It's gonna be super hype. Speaking of OP, those new horse Pokemon are actually insane. I haven't looked at their stats. I just caught the one for the story. Almost at the end of your first college semester. That's crazy, dude. My sister is as well, and that's really throwing me off still to think about. Like, I wasn't expecting it. My sister actually ended up going into college a year early because of all this pandemic stuff. She was able to do her classes online and just, like, knocked out her entire senior year between, like, the start of quarantine and, like, the start of school in the fall. So props to her on that. But yeah, so I mean, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. How's college been with all this stuff going on? My hair reminds you of the actor who played Oliver on Hannah Montana for some reason. It's about the length that his was, right? I don't think he can be hated for the truth. Whether or not we want to agree with the truth, I don't think he can be hated for saying it. It's the truth. I can see it. They got 2 or 3 abilities. Yeah, I saw that while catching. It's like, this Pokemon, like Calyrex, has 2 abilities. And it's just like, what? I mean, it makes sense. They're 2 separate Pokemon, but they're also not. It's very interesting that they did that. Like, I wonder how much that, like, required on their part to tweak the system for holding abilities. Right? Like, for the most part, like, Pokemon abilities have been set. They're 1-to-1. They always have been. They have been for, I guess, what, like, 20 plus years, almost 25 years? Is it over 25? I forget. But for over 2 decades, like, Pokemon, I guess not for over 2 decades. They didn't have abilities for a while, but, like, it's interesting that they added a Pokemon with 2 abilities, like, 2 active abilities. Stuck around since basically the beginning of high school. Looks just like a high school freshman. Yeah, the like patchy beard, because that's all I can grow. And the super long hair that... My original plan was like, I'm just not gonna get my hair cut until I go back to work. Like, there's no reason to go get it cut. Like, there's no reason to go out and about and like do stuff like that until I have to go back to the office and look presentable. Originally, I would have already been back in the office. The initial plan was like September, like end of September. So I'd have been back in the office for about a month. Then in late July, I believe, they pushed it to end of year, which we kind of all expected at that point. And then like a couple weeks ago, they pushed it to June, like next June. I don't think I'm going to go that long. That would be a bit long for my hair, I think. But yeah, so I don't actually know. I don't know how long it'll get. But it's the longest it's ever been right now. Put Glacier on a Trick Room team and make it a god. Is it really good with Trick Room? Yo, Shaggy, big fan. Dude, Loot, what's going on, man? Good to see you, Loot. Fun fact, guys, back before my hair like started going out and everywhere, like it was just a bowl, because that's kind of what my hair does. Is I have like my hair's really thick, so if I don't get it cut short and don't wear a hat, it just starts becoming a bowl. And at one point, I went to a drive-thru just to get something, like I needed groceries or something. It was like Sunday afternoon, so I was like, I'm just gonna go to a drive-thru. It was in the drive-thru. I was picking up my food from the window. And a dude, like, way back in the like cooking all the food and stuff goes, yo, that dude looks like Shaggy. And I was like, I guess I do. Yeah, that was back closer to the start of all this. You dig the camera angle? I mean, it's the camera angle that I've always used for Pokemon stuff. Yo, Levi Smith, welcome to the stream. You're like 450 encounters into Regidrago. Good luck, man. I hope you get it soon. Hope it doesn't go over odds. The ability is called as one, and it triggers Unnerve ability and the horse's attack ability. So I guess it has that, and then that ability lets it add in more abilities. I guess that's how it like. I'm thinking of this in the boring code way. Of like, how do they make this function? Like I guess essentially the ability is as one, and then from there that triggers Unnerve and triggers the other one. So I guess like you still have the one ability check at the start. You don't have to like rework everything for that. Like zoinks. If only I could do that. I'm not as committed as Matthew Lillard, right? That's his name, the guy who plays Shaggy now in the show as well as like he did in the movies. Like actively ruined his vocal cords to sound more like Shaggy. Like I'm not that dedicated. Shiny Lucario, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You hyped for some shines? I am too. It's been so long since I've streamed. I'm so excited to get back into it. It was a lot of fun playing the DLC yesterday. Whether or not like I consider the story of the DLC to have been really good, I think it's good to get back into Pokemon. I think as much as I didn't think it was the case, I feel like I just burnt out on Pokemon more than anything else. Like compared to like, oh, the games are bad or whatever you want to say, like I think it is burnt out. Yo, Cookie does stuff. What's going on? Didn't know you're subbed to me, but it appeared in my feed, so you're intrigued. Well, welcome, Cookie. I hope you enjoy the stream and decide to stick around. Abilityception. Pretty much. Putting ability... Heard you like abilities, so I put abilities inside your abilities. In other news, you've broken down on the time I was missing and gotten a Discord. Hey, so you can join the Discord now? That's awesome. Arrived you have. How's it going, Shiny Lucario? Good to see ya. It's good to see everyone. I legit, until I checked yesterday, I didn't realize it had been 3 months since the Paper Mario stuff. If you can tell, like just from looking at this screen, I haven't played a lot of Switch stuff. I haven't played too much Switch stuff since the Paper Mario streams. I played Smash like once because like a cousin wanted to play it, so I was like, all right, I'll play it. And then I played 3D All Stars, and that's about it. Yo, Japanese Yuking Matsu, welcome to the stream. Long time no see. How are you doing? How are you doing? Excited to get back into it. Proceeds to not stream for another few months. Don't make it happen. If you say it, it'll be true. No. Yeah, I think, like, you know, I was trying to get back into stuff. I think in the back of my mind, I had realized a lot of the burnout had been Pokemon. Even if I was like, oh, it's the community doesn't want to watch it or anything. It was like I didn't want to play it. I think is a lot of it. So that's why, like, you know, I played Mario Maker, I played Paper Mario, played a bit of Mario Kart as well. Like, I played Mario and stuff, and Mario's fun. I can't stream Mario regularly. It's not something that I can get that into. Like, Mario's fun. It's just I want to be able to pick up Mario for like 30 to 40 minutes and then put it down, and then maybe pick it up for like 5 hours one day and then put it down. Like, there is no consistency to my will to play Mario. So that makes it really hard to stream. Where like Pokemon, if I'm like in the general mood to play Pokemon, I can play Pokemon for as little or as long as like I need to. Like there's nothing that makes it where I don't want to play Pokemon. The only reason streams aren't super long is because of like my physical ability to sit in this chair in front of a bright light and talk to a camera for like however long at a time. Sorry you're late. You're all good. How's it going, Mel? You were mopping, making the tile all clean. If I get the Shine Charm. Otherwise, like 1 in 300, which is still really good odds. What's 1 in 300 without the charm? Pokemon's your hyperfixation, so you could talk about it all day. It was for me for the longest time. My Pokemon Sun save has probably 2,000 hours in it. Obviously, like, you can't tell that beyond, like, it stops once you hit 999. It just, like, it doesn't even actually count up to 1,000. It counts to 999 and then freaks out and adds the 59 minutes onto it and maxes out your counter, and you can't go over. And that was, like, I don't want to try to catch it. That was, I don't know how long into the game, like, how long IRL time that was. I think it was like a year and maybe a year and a half. Not even a year and a half, no. That I hit like 1,000 hours. And I've still played it a good bit since then. Like, that save has a lot. That was my, like, thing. I just over the past, like, 3 months since I streamed and, like, 2 or 3 months before that, so probably about, like, half a year that I've just, like, taken a break from Pokemon as a whole. And I think that was really good for me. Because I came back to it and I played the DLC, and, like, I really enjoyed playing the DLC just to be in Pokemon again. Like, you know, everything else aside about the DLC, whether or not the story was good, whether or not the map was good, it was Pokemon. There were Pokemon there, like, it was fun. It was fun. It was really fun to play it. You need to do a digital illustration for your next project for SCAD. Do you have any ideas on what you'll do for it, Juan? I've been iffy with Pokemon lately. Crown Tundra with the legendaries in the Dynamax adventure. Did you know the odds are 1 in 100 for those? Really? Okay. With the China Shrimp. Okay, that's what Cookie was talking about. Sorry, guys. I was, like, bouncing back and forth in the chat. Really? Okay, that's not too bad, then. Like, for the... Is that for all of them? Legendaries included? Because I almost feel like that makes sense. Because I don't know. Is the catch rate the normal max raid catch rate? Because I did the one required, like, story run of that area. And I caught 100% of everything I threw a Pokeball at, and I threw, like, Pokeballs at them. And I feel like that's just because I did the story one, and it kind of required it, and, like, it forces Suicune and all this stuff. 1 in 100 is nice for that sake, and the sake of not knowing if it's shiny or not until you catch it. So that's nice. Got a shiny Heatran randomly and didn't realize it was shiny until you were in the Star Tournament testing out some Pokemon you caught. Yeah, just because like because you don't know if it's shiny or not until after you catch it. Dynamax Adventures Legendaries are 1 in 100 for shiny charm. Otherwise, it's 1 in 300. Those are crazy odds. Those are crazy odds. Hot take: shiny legendaries are going to be worth less than like other casual shinies at this point. Like they've been obviously like shinies have been available in almost every form, but like normal Pokemon are available at normal odds, where like legendaries are the ones that seem more likely to have boosted odds. Why do I have 4 monitors? So I can look at 4 things at once. It's helpful for a stream like this where I can have like game capture, OBS capture, Streamlabs, and Stream Analytics, YouTube, and Discord. Real reason I originally got 3, so I could try doing like sim racing-esque video games and stuff with the wider triple wide. And the monitor I replaced them with, like the monitor that got replaced by the 3, I just put on top. That's why I have 3. Basically, it was a mix of wanting to play games and wanting to be able to do my coding stuff. Do you get hot with the light on my face? The light's not too bad. Usually what would make me hot while streaming was like my AC was kind of flaky and my computer would get warm. Like the computer's what's really heats it up more. The light's like a little fluorescent light, so it's not too bad. Xeonator, welcome to the stream. How are you doing, man? Hunted a shiny starter in Soul Silver, got a shiny Cyndaquil after 82 resets. Nice, dude. I got a shiny Chikorita doing that in Heart Gold. That's a cool hunt. That's a really cool hunt. Just because, like, for the obvious reasons of, like, it's one of the few times that you hunt 3 Pokemon at once. You're now in the Discord. Awesome, Mariah. Welcome to the Discord. If anyone else is not in the Discord, feel free to join. There's a link down below. It's a fun little community, just to like hang out and talk outside of the streams, which seems to be important, seeing as it's been 3 months since I've streamed. And I still know what's going on with some of y'all. But I also want to get back more into it. I think one of the ideas I have is doing like Among Us in the Discord. I don't know if it'd be something I streamed, but it'd be something that we could like have like Among Us lobbies and Among Us games in the Discord. I think that'd be kind of fun. You have a shiny Nickit that you found over the lake at Magnolia's house while you're eating a donut, which is wild since you love foxes. Awesome! The Nickit shiny looks pretty cool. I need to get one. Shiny starter. Hype! For real, for real! The catch rate's 100%. Okay, okay. So I guess in that case, like, it's like a 1% chance of a shiny, just with kind of a caveat-ish of, like, taking forever to get to it. Which I feel like that ends up being an okay trade-off. In that sense of, like, how many resets for Regidrago will I do in the time it takes to find one Pokemon, or to get to one legendary in those max raids? Speedrun Sims 4? Mel would have to teach me. I don't know how you would speedrun it. I don't know how to play Sims. The Nickit and the Heatran are the only ones you've ever gotten. You'll find more. You will find more. Dynamax Adventures is actually a fun hunting method, so it's better than Sword and Shield's normal method. I don't dislike Sword and Shield's normal method. I don't... If I'm comparing it to, like, SOS, which is my personal favorite method, I don't care as much, honestly. I prefer SOS over every other method I've done so far. But I will say, and I love this fact, and I was thinking about it like today or yesterday. I was thinking about it because obviously these have been the days I've been getting back into it. I think it was on purpose that they made the method no longer like a true chain. Simply just because a Switch is no longer a handheld that can be like dedicated to Pokemon. Like, Nintendo would be quite upset if like, and like another thing is just like it's a home console ish too. So like, You don't want people who are shiny hunting to have to put it down because they've been hunting for several hours, and then a sibling comes up and boots up Mario Kart, and boom, your chain's ruined. You got to start over. Like that would suck. That would suck. So I think that's kind of why the method is what it is. I don't dislike it. I actually like the fact that it's not like Let's Go, where you see the Pokemon. I think it's better than that. I think it's better than catch combos. I'm glad it's not like it's not like Let's Go in that regard. And I like the fact that like I could have a hunt that I'm doing on stream and a hunt I'm doing off stream, and both are active. Like there's not this need for me to be like, well, I want to hunt this, but I'm streaming this. Like there's no like compromise that has to be made there. I like that aspect. But something about SOS, just the fact that you're always in the battle music, you're always hyped up, you're always waiting for that Pokemon to drop in. You got some stuff you have to manage. There's like, it's not a hard challenge. I have my system. I am gonna jinx it unless I knock on like my wood desk. Like, I haven't messed up a chain that's been like a successful chain like I've actually gotten started in a long time. Like, it's not difficult, but it's also a thing where it's like you have to prep for it. You have to have a bunch of Lepa berries. You have to have false swipe. You have to have all these things. So like there was some thought put into it. It was a bit more of an active hunt than any of the more recent hunts have been. But it was also fast-paced enough and the odds were good enough that like you were constantly being rewarded for doing it. Do I have the shiny charm or not? I do. I have the shiny charm and I have like the capture charm, I think is what it is. I don't know what the name of it is, but the one that gets you better like critical captures. I have that one too. Am I gonna put a top hat on that Dragon Reggie? Hopefully not. Oh my goodness, that would be terrible. Ideally, no other Pokemon ever gets a top hat. That should be a Charmander only thing. I do not want to do that again. This gen is okay. I will say, my opinion on everything to have come out of Gen 8 is, no matter how the games have been, like no matter how the actual story is, it has had some of the coolest Pokemon designs in recent years. Hands down. Hands down. Almost every single Pokemon that they made for Gen 8 has been really cool. Really cool looking, at the very least. You also agree Crown of Tundra is very good. I like it. I would say, like, as an objective and, like, attempting to be a bit critical opinion of it, it feels... Like, I will say this as well. I haven't touched Isle of Armor. That's just... I haven't done it. I bought the DLCs yesterday morning, booted up Crown Tundra last night, and played until I got to this area at, like, midnight. And that's all I've done in it. So I guess, like, I can't say it was short. It was 5 hours of gameplay. But it felt kind of simple in that it was one thing, but obviously it's like, it should be compared to, like, the Sevi Islands or something. Like, that's what this is. This DLC isn't a new game. This DLC is the extra content that Emerald added on to Ruby and Sapphire. It's the extra content that Platinum added on to Pearl and Diamond. Like, it's basically, instead of buying a whole new game, you buy this, and it adds on that extra little bit of content, kind of making it like the games were like $40-ish. And then you bought, like, if you bought Ruby and Emerald, it's like doing that, and it's like kind of $40-ish. I get it. And obviously there's also Isle of Armor. I haven't played that. I don't know how long it is in comparison. But I did enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoyed playing the DLC. It was fun. It was refreshing. I got lost a whole bunch because I didn't realize I could just fly to some of these places, and I didn't realize it was putting waypoints on the map. So I just kind of wandered around for a bit and got lost. But it was fun. It was fun. It was refreshing to, like, sit down with some Pokemon and be like, yeah, this is good. This is enjoyable. This isn't what I have to do. It's like, I wanted to. And that made it really fun. You need DLC for The Sims to actually be fun. That's what I've heard from Mel. She plays a lot of Sims. So Isle of Armor didn't have a story of Vanillix? These Crown Tundra legendaries are going to be too OP. You think so, JT? Isle of Armor kind of boring. Really? I've heard good things from people about both the DLCs. Admittedly, you're going to get the people who buy the DLCs probably already thought pretty well of Galar as a whole. You know, like the people, I guess not necessarily, but the people who are the most critical and vocally critical of Galar aren't going to be the ones to come out and like voice their opinion about the DLC. They're not going to admit they bought the DLC. Yo, Rainbow Lycanroc, how's it going? The DLCs definitely add something. The stories are mediocre fetch quests, but at least returning favorites are back. Yeah, like that's really what it was like, oh, go get this, go over here. And it's like, yeah, sure. And aside from that, it's adding in these legendaries, which is cool. And I mean, I guess technically I haven't finished the DLC story. Like, I haven't done the legendary birds. Like, the only thing I've done is I did Calyrax, because required for getting to this. And I did the Regi trio, also required for getting to this. Like, I'll admit, that's all I've done. So there's more to it, and like, I don't regret buying it in any way. Like, even if I just bought it to play it, I don't regret it. It was enjoyable. It was fun yesterday. Yo, hey, it's Nate. How you doing, Nate? Good to see ya. How's it going? It's going well, Rainbow Lycanroc. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Made your first post in the art channel. Awesome. I'll have to check it out. I've been trying to complete the Pokédex, but it's going very, very slow. It's a casual and very painful goal. I get that. Sorry, guys. I am a little behind in chat. This is the most chat's gone on, and I've been rambling because I'm excited to be back. Your friend had to help you complete the decks. Honestly, the wild area made this one take a little while. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I am personally not the biggest fan of the wild area. I feel like I'm in the minority on that. I know a lot of people were like, oh yes, the wild area, we need more of this, it needs to be bigger, and I'm like, could we have less of this, please? Like, it's neat, I get that, but like, I think the biggest thing for me is how much of what the percentage of the time that I play this game after the story is significantly more than during the story. And like the fact that the whole wild area, just all the levels, everything goes up to the same like level 62. That's at least my guess, just from what it is in Crown Tundra in all of its wild areas. Like the fact that every Pokemon goes up to the same level. So if you run into a Wingull, or if you run into, I'm trying to think of something big later on in it, like, or a Corviknight, like, everything became the same level. I think that was kind of like the disappointment-ish to me. Like, not that that matters, like, it was more so annoying. It's like, oh, I gotta catch a Wingull. I'm used to that being like a level 3 encounter somewhere, and it was a level 60 something. I was like, ah, I gotta hit this. You know, like, there's a little bit of that, I think. Get another crown for completing the TLC dexes. I noticed that. I need to do that. I am nowhere near that. I rushed through this story. I caught like 6 Pokemon or something, and that was it. Isle of Armor is boring, don't even bother, but it has more Pokemon. It has more Pokemon to collect. I think you haven't played Sword and Shield in a while. I don't blame you. I hadn't played it. I forget how long it had been since I had played it. It had been a while. You do like Kubfu and Urshifu? Gonna draw and listen to this in the background, maybe participate in the chat a bit. Good luck on the hunt. Well, thank you, Cookie. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the drawing. It's been good having you in chat. This month you've been playing Persona 5 and never played a game that long. The story for you was 130 hours. Dang, that's a lot of story. Oh, what have I been playing recently? Minecraft. I don't know why I forgot that. I literally played it like yesterday. I've been playing Minecraft. I've been playing a little bit of Among Us whenever I can get a group together with friends. I played Fall Guys a bit when that came out. I wanted to try doing streams with that, but like by the time I got the game and got to the point where I was like, I'm going to stream this, it was It's not dead yet, obviously, but like it Among Us took over before I could get a Fall Guys stream going. Gonna get it on 50. That'd be nice. Haven't completed Sword and Shield yet. How far are you? Am I going to continue the Azelf hunt? I can finally do that, Shiny Lucaria. I can finally do that. If you notice, this layout looks similar to the one that we used for Azelf. I was able to get all my assets back. I was finally able to get my capture software back. Because one of the problems I had run into, and I didn't realize it was going to be a problem until it was Katsukitty's been gone for almost 2 years now. If not over that. It might be... No, I guess it's about a year and a half. A little over a year and a half or something. So Katsukitty is gone. And that is where I got all of my software. That's where I got all... Like if my cap card died... Because there was that one day that it died, and that was terrifying. And I had to, like, contact Katsukitty and be like, hey, this is asking for a product key. I don't have that. And he was able to fortunately email me like my product key, and I was able to put it in. He's gone. It is illegal to sell modified consoles in Japan now. Katsukitty's based out of Japan. The capture card is a modified console. As bad and as stupid of a rule as I think that is, because it was all to crack down on like piracy and homebrewing and stuff, but like a capture card is a capture card. Come on now. But Katsukitty had to like shut down overnight. This law was passed and boom, out of business, sites down, everything. So all the downloads were gone too. And my old PC crashed. I built this new one and I didn't have the capture software. So I had to... So like I couldn't find the capture software online. I tried finding like sites that had it and like, you know, all this. I tried finding a way to get that back. I tried finding a way to get it, but like it wasn't working. Product keys weren't working, all this stuff. But I finally today, you can see it behind me, took my old computer apart, put it back together, not in the case. The case is that box. It's all just wires and stuff dangling out on the table on a cardboard box to keep it from shorting. But that is my computer, or my old computer. That's what initially did all the streams. I was able to hook that up with that like beige cable you might be able to see. It runs like across my floor over to my router. I have it plugged into a network switch, and I was able to access all the files on this computer, and I pulled the capture software off that. Haven't tried it yet, but I have a feeling it's going to work. So I'll be able to get 3DS capture going again, which is nice. I haven't been able to do that since the start of this year. My voice just cracked. Yo, RYD Crafter22, welcome to the stream. You have Sword, just don't want to play. It's odd, but you can't seem to get into it. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. The games look really pretty, like, comparatively to other Pokemon games, but, like, if you're not feeling the story, you're not feeling the story. I totally get that with this. Yo, Adam, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Doing Zygarde right now. It's so hard. Is Zygarde a separate thing in Crown Tundra, or is that in Isle of Armor? Where is Zygarde? I know it got added. I know it got added somehow. Favorite character is the Professor's granddaughter in Sword and Shield, Sophia. Post your art of your current fanfiction OC. Nice. Nice. I'll have to check it out. Working on updating the designs for your book characters. Cool. Cool. Everyone in here being so, like, artsy and creative. That's awesome. 3 characters left, all humans. The rest of the characters, dogs. Dogs only. Good choice. I'm playing a lot of Call of Duty World War II. I've been playing Modern Warfare. That's been, like... Since, I guess, about February, that's really been, like, the multiplayer FPS game I've been playing. For a while, my friends and I got really into it. Got to the point... I got Damascus. It's kind of where I lost interest. I did the completionist thing that wasn't intended to be, like... just a grind fest like all the Obsidian camos are. So I got Obsidian. That was super hype. Then I really haven't played too much since then. Trying to think. I think I played a little bit of the Black Ops Cold War beta. It was neat. I'm not buying the game. I've bought my Call of Duty for the next like 5 years because that's how I do it. Like basically I bought my Call of Duty experience is really weird. I have the trilogy of Modern Warfares. I got Black Ops 2. Loved Black Ops 2 multiplayer. Played that so much. Loved it to the point that I pre-ordered Ghosts. If anyone has played Ghosts, you know how disappointed I was. That burned me so hard on Call of Duty that I didn't buy another one until Black Ops 3 had a free multiplayer weekend on Steam when I built my PC, and I bought Black Ops 3 after that to just have like a fun, fast-paced FPS game that looked really nice on my brand new fancy gaming PC. Which is the whole reason I got it. That was fun. It wasn't the best. I hated the bit of the campaign that I played. I didn't buy another Call of Duty game until Modern Warfare. 2019 Modern Warfare. Played that a bunch. And so, like, I've played my Call of Duty for the next few years. I ended up actually going back after I said the Black Ops 3 campaign was terrible. I went back and finished it, and it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I don't critique stories for their content very much, but, like it got so exponentially ridiculous. It's so bad, guys. I don't know if anyone here has played Black Ops 3 campaign, but, like, I'm gonna reference another, like, early 2010s piece of media, but it, like, was as ridiculous as that movie Lucy, where at the end of it Scarlett Johansson just turned into a flash drive because, yeah, I guess. It was that ridiculous. Like, it was something that was just sitting there, like, on a, like, Sunday afternoon or something going, like, did they really just make zombies a canon part, like, Nazi zombies a canon part of this game? Like, what? Because they did? It was bad. It was fun to laugh at, but I was like, man, I paid for this. I paid for it, like, 5 years ago, but I paid for this. So, yeah, like, I don't know, my relationship with Call of Duty is not a committed one. I haven't played many games recently. Outside of the ones I mentioned of like Minecraft, Modern Warfare, Mario, I played Mario Galaxy. I need to play the other Marios in the All-Star Collection. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played like a large variety of games. Like I said, I play Among Us with some friends. I played Fall Guys for a bit when that came out. 3DS Labs, why did Nintendo have to stop production of it? Because they want you to buy a Switch. It is sad. I really do need to pick another one up, I think, just to have a backup in case my current 2DS XL dies. Because I had to get my 2DS XL because I wore out my new 3DS. Like, just blatantly wore that thing out. It was, I guess it's not a, I don't think it's a 2DS XL, is it? It's just a new 2DS. But I have a new 3DS XL. That was the first 3DS I ever owned. And I put most of my 1,000 hours of Pokemon Sun into it. Like, and it just, the touchscreen broke. The battery is shot. The whole thing's flaking apart in my hands. Like, it's not having a great time. So I bought the other 2DS XL back when I was doing the prep for a Manaphy hunt because I was playing Ranger, and you can't play Ranger with a broken touchscreen. So I don't know. It is one of those things where it's like it was inevitably going to happen, but it feels weird to know that a console that I played a whole bunch and still play a whole bunch is end of life, to the point that if mine breaks, it breaks. The best, like the concerning part is now the number of functional 3DSs and like the number of functional consoles in the 3DS family is only ever going to go down from here on out. And I don't like that fact. That is a very concerning fact for someone that has several hours in a... several hours is definitely an understatement, but several hours in a 3DS game. Remember you were the one who did the Trico and Emerald hunts. Yes! That is me. That is me. That was the first hunt I did on stream so many years ago. That was a fun one. Yeah, back in 2017. Everyone being artsy while you're struggling with Physics 1, rip. I was not a fan of physics. I'm very glad that in college, as a computer science major, I didn't have to take physics. I took geology instead. You'll get a PS5 next year. That's the plan. Of the new consoles, I think I would, for myself, I would get a PS5. Just because I can play most of the Xbox games on my computer already, so I feel like that'd be a waste of money. Even if I got the Series S. Like, it doesn't make sense when I can play cross-platform. 100 push-ups for the physics? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and do it every single day, and a 10K run? Yo, Sizzy, I forget how you pronounced it, man. It's been a while, but welcome back. It's been a while since you stopped by. How am I doing? Do you prefer Pokemon games to have DLC over a Black 2 or Ultra Sun, or a third version like Emerald? You know, DLC in my mind has always been like this kind of gross term. Just because, like, usually when you see DLC, like, it used to be that it was DLC maps for multiplayer games that just split the community, and then it was DLC, like, items and stuff, and it was still weird, and I didn't really enjoy that. Like, I was like, I bought the game, I should have the whole game. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like DLC is probably the way to go with a Pokemon game. I feel like ultimately it's ultimately the most consumer friendly, I feel. As a hardcore player, I still feel like I would prefer a third version, just because that way, I mean, it makes sense, like, from a casual perspective, and just from a perspective of I don't want to play through this whole, like, I don't want to play through Galar again kind of thing, where it's like, if Crown of Tundra and Isle of Armor were locked behind another playthrough of a third Galar game, I don't think as many people would go for it as might otherwise. Vastly, by far, my least favorite style is the 2 extra versions. The Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or the Black 2, White 2. I know Black 2, White 2 is different, but, like, mostly Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Q-Sub were objectively better games than Sun and Moon. There's no denying that. But the fact that there were 2 new games was just kind of sketch, for the fact that both games had, like, the basic extra content you would expect from a third game. So I prefer DLC and an Emerald type game over a Ultra Sun type game, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon type games. But I'm not sure what I would choose between, like, an Emerald style definitive edition game and the DLC. Because here's the thing, somewhat, they still kind of did this, and it's still kind of a little bit, I know what you're trying to do. I have to either reset my save, create a new profile, and play again, which I guess kind of makes it where it's not as, like, money grabbing, but, like, either I make a new save and play the whole game again, which I guess, I don't know, would that work, guys? If I made a new profile and played Sword, would they have the DLC? I guess I don't know how DLC works on the Switch with profiles. But, like, at best, I still have to make a whole new profile, play through the whole game again, to go to get the other, get Calyrax's other horse, and to get Regieleki. That's just something that has to be done. So in that sense, I kind of prefer when the definitive edition of the game is that. Like, any content it adds is content that is added. Like, obviously the story's not different, I get that, but, like, the fact that they've still done this thing where it's like you have one or the other kind of feels like they're like, get the DLC twice kind of thing. You know, like, obviously that's how Pokemon's been, is you choose one game, you get Pokemon A, you choose the other game, you get Pokemon B. But to do that with the DLC kind of felt weird. Your relationship with annual franchises are bad in general. Yeah, I mean, the problem is with an annual franchise, you don't have enough time to really differentiate the games. If you look at, like, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, like, those were all games built on different engines. where like Call of Duty is just, it's built on the same engine every year with incremental updates, which is totally fine. Incremental updates are great. But realistically, like if you sit down and look at it and go, I have $60 and there is this game, I own last year's version of the game, is 1 year worth of updates and like a new skin over everything, worth $60. And the more I look at it, the less the answer is yes for me with that. Pokemon has been one of those series that up until this year has had yearly releases, and you've seen the sentiment towards Pokemon dwindling out with that, right? Like Sun and Moon came out, and there are people who said the story wasn't great, but people have been saying the story isn't great since Gen 2. Like, you don't hear that now. People look back and go, Gen 2 was amazing, but every time you release a game, someone's going to say that the previous one was better and the sequel is worse. That's how it is. Sun and Moon did really well. Yusum didn't do as well. Let's Go got interest but didn't hold interest. And Sword and Shield hasn't held the interest you would expect it to have held in the general Pokemon community. For games to be on the Switch, for games to be in HD, for games to be like open world-ish to a point, like everything about this like you would think would be great, but it wasn't executed super well. And like I feel like any game that ends up being yearly will eventually lose, like outside of a very core audience, will lose the massive hype of the games eventually. Eventually it's just the next one's coming out. It's expected, it happens every year. It's one of those things where like you know a Call of Duty is coming in the holiday season of the year. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. Activision adds on more developers specifically to pull that off. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, massive games. The years between them. Like, I think like 3 years between each of them. Like, that's time. The game can mature, you do end up eventually, your audience dwindles over those years. Like, over those 3 years, by the end of it, the number of people playing the Halo multiplayer isn't as high as it is the first month. Yes. But you get everyone back every time a game comes out. And I think the fact that I'm going to tie this into Pokemon here too. I think the fact that they did DLC this time is fantastic. Again, I'm not sure if I prefer DLC over like some other like style here of like a third game as a personal opinion, but I think the idea that they didn't write brand new games, they just made DLC for the existing ones, is going to do wonders for whatever the other games are that come out this gen. Presumably everyone thinks they're going to be Gen 4 remakes. That's where we're at. That's the assumption. I think the fact that we have DLC is a very good sign for the games to come. Yo, Zalara, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. Heard some people saying that soft resetting for the Regis doesn't re-roll the encounter. Is that true? Everything I have heard says that it is not true. It's still a soft reset. The encounter is still generated right when you walk up to it. Other streamers I know, such as Puffin, they're doing it this way. I haven't done all the research into it, but this encounter is, like, for me especially, this encounter isn't being even locked in until I can theoretically go for Eliki still. I haven't told it, no, I don't want it. Like, I haven't. You'll notice every time I soft reset it, asks, do you want it to just be Drago? And I'm like, yes. It's not like you put 999 hours on Ultra Sun and 300 hours on Ultra Moon, and Sword has 14 since release. Yeah. Yeah, that's just, like, that's the thing. Like, if you look at the hours I put into the games, it's like, I have so much time in Pokemon, in Sun. Every free moment I could be playing Sun, I was playing Sun. Ultra Sun has a good number of hours on it. Those hours are largely from what am I trying to say? Those are largely from streaming. That's just what I did with those games. That's the only thing I really used them for. I didn't play them much outside of streaming. There's no like SOS hunt that I've done in USUM that wasn't on stream. Let's Go, I have a little bit more time in. A lot of that honestly just comes down to the fact that those hunts can take a while. I enjoy those hunts every once in a while, but again, it's not like Sun. And then yeah, I don't know how many hours I actually have in Sword. I feel like it's a good number, but I don't think it's too high. Like, you know, we haven't done a successful hunt on stream in Gen 8. We haven't, like, it just happened. It just happened because these games have kind of, I think the fact that from, I guess, what was it, 2016 through 2019, every year had a brand new game release. Eventually you burn out and you don't play them as much, right? Normal Sword Shield went for $40 if the sale isn't over already. Really? So they dropped the price on it? Nice. That's good. Pokemon Ranger, but you can't figure out how to play, so you're so bad at it. Like the original Ranger or one of the sequels? The sequels are easier. In original Ranger, you can't lift the stylus, which is kind of brutal. Yo, Marco, welcome to the stream. How you been? Good to see you, man. It's Nintendo. We're gonna buy what they sell. And that's not a healthy mentality to have. I can accept that that's pretty much the truth, but like, you know, that's one of those things where it's not a healthy like mindset to have, because then a company can do whatever they want because you're gonna buy it anyways. Yeah, sad but true. Pretty much, it's like it's not something that should be the case, but Nintendo can get away with a lot more than other companies because they're Nintendo. Staring at your old art and wondering what colors you should cut since there are too many. Gotta go. Good luck with your shiny. Well, thank you, Shiny Lucario. I'm so glad you're able to stop by, man. It was good to see you. Hope to see you again soon. Hope you get it soon. You're hunting Donphan and Gold, and I almost said Gold Silver and Heart Gold. Well, good luck with that one, Michael. Have I tried Mario 35? I haven't. I need to. Yo, Rake, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? How's the nose? It just started itching. Well. Anyone played Genshin Impact? I've heard of it. I've seen like posts about it online. I haven't played it. Explanation made sense. Would it be the same for the other three Regis? You're trying to get Registeel. It should be. It would be really weird for this game to have an issue with re-rolling them. The only game that is known to like have issues with re-rolling them is Emerald. Like Emerald doesn't re-roll correctly because it always starts over at like a seed of 0. But like the modern games don't even really use like the modern games use like system time to roll that out, to roll the RNG. I think that's my like assumption. Like they have system clocks now. They can always have RNG. They can have way better RNG than any Pokemon game previously. Like DS era on, as soon as the systems could keep track of time while the game wasn't running, like there was no need to keep an internal RNG seed. The only Pokemon I know that, like, your first encounter with them, it's already locked in, are, like, roamings, where, like, I guess, was it Gold and Silver or Heart Gold, Soul Silver? I'm not sure, but I know some of the roaming Pokemon, if you want to hunt them, you have to soft reset all the way back to whatever triggered them to start roaming, because once they roam, they're set. But these aren't roaming Pokemon, so they're fine. Watch the video of someone playing it, but haven't played it yourself. In Mario 30 of Genshin Impact, yeah, I haven't seen any like actual gameplay of it. I've just seen the name, and I think I have a friend who plays it. In Heart Gold, Soul Silver, the roamers are started with a cutscene and 10 years ago. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I know that it was the beasts. They were the ones that you had to like start them then at that cutscene, and then from there, they're set because like you encounter them the same over and over again, which is fantastic for when it is shiny and it runs away because it's guaranteed to run away. It doesn't mean like you lost a shiny, but it does make it rough for that initial hunt, right? like that's so much longer per reset. Hope you get the shiny. Have to go eat. Well, Julian, I'm glad to see you, man. Thank you for the good luck wish. Hopefully we get it soon. I think the problem with a release every year is that after a while people are going to get burnt out. Kind of a shame too, since in Pokemon sense, it actually feels like every game is different. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's kind of what I was saying, right? Like, you end up in this weird situation where, like, it's a new game, and it is brand new, but, like, if I've bought Pokemon games for the past 3 years, this is a new story, but is it really that much newer? And, like, obviously Pokemon has pulled off the Emerald-esque games before where it's a small bit of content added for the price of a full game. Usum is the one that I think, like, brought that to most people's attention. Like, Usum, it's like, these games have, the level of extra content that an Emerald has over a Ruby or a Sapphire. But they released 2, and everyone noticed. Everyone noticed, things are in a little different order. There's a little bit of extra content. They're objectively better games. Should I have paid the $30 or $40 for them? Confuse myself getting a little put off by them since, it's a new game every year that goes with the same route every time. Get 8 badges, evil team, fight champion, game is over. See, I'm totally fine with that formula staying the same. I actually really like consistency in that regard. Like, it's like a Pokemon game has these parts. We all know that it has these parts. What will Game Freak do with those parts can be fun. Like, I enjoy having, like, the content like that. Trials in Gen 7 was a nice change of pace, but I don't expect it to be super duper different every time. In terms of the base formula, I just want the game built around the base formula to be interesting and not to do a whole bunch of seemingly important stuff off screen. Like, don't worry. Yo, Blues, I think MB or M Blues, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. The beast could glitch out of the game if they use roar or something. Oh, I remember that. Like, yeah, if it used roar, it was over. Yeah, so, like, I'm totally fine with the, like Sezzy, I'm totally fine with, like, the content being, like, having the same formula. That's fine. Build a cool story around it. Make an interesting evil team. Give us good fights. Give us good legendaries. Give us good lore behind it. In that case, I'm totally fine with still having 8 badges in a championship. I'm cool with that. But, yeah, when you do it every year, no matter how interesting you make it, the base formula kind of grates on you, and my biggest thing with it is usually that it takes longer than a year to make a game. It takes longer than 2 years to make a good game. So if you have, most studios, it seems, have an A team and a B team. And then they do like, each team releases a game every 2 years. And it's like, it's enough time to make a game. It's not enough time to polish a game. The roar glitches in Gen 3, okay. Won't be getting your normal PC back anytime soon. Oh. Let's hunt Gen 3 beasts? No. Yo, Cubo Raid. Cubo Whack, what's going on? Thank you for the raid. Raid hype! Raid hype, guys. How's it going, Cubo Whack? Welcome, welcome, Raiders. How was your stream? Thank you, everyone, for coming by. Oliver Stars, haven't been to one of my streams in like 3 years. Good to see you then, man. Good to have you back. Hype, hype, hype. All the hype. How are you guys doing? How's your stream, Cubo Whack? Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate that, guys. Everyone in chat, go check out Cubo Whack. He's another streamer. Plays a lot of Pokemon. So definitely go give his stuff a look. No shiny today, but fun stream. Awesome. You'll get the shiny soon, man. You'll get the shiny soon. I'm hoping to get a shiny today. be a great way to come back. It's been... I realized yesterday it had been 3 months since I streamed, so it's good to come back and do something. Pretty good. I used to be Shadow / Shining Valley. Oh, dude, I remember you. How you been? Good to see you again. Don't trust your laptop with running The Sims. Yeah, I don't trust laptops with a lot of stuff. Dang, we're getting through these encounters pretty fast. I was worried that this dialogue was going to take a bit too long. I still feel like it might be a good idea, like something I'll do after the stream, like I'll leave the final encounter up and then I'll just fight the final encounter. So I can just get rid of it and get rid of that dialogue, because I don't need to be able to choose Regidrago. The community decided in the poll, by a long shot, that we were hunting Regidrago. Surprised you remember you. Hope you need to resub, dude. Yeah, I try to remember people. I can't remember people's names in real life, and I am never confident about it, but like people have been like, oh, I haven't been in your stream since like 2018. My name is so-and-so, and I'm like, I remember you. I remember you being at the streams. Like, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird that I can remember people's usernames. I can't remember. I can remember people's usernames in the streams, but people come out and be like, "Oh, do you remember me?" I'm like, should I?" In real life. Does anyone in chat have a Regidrago for trade? Gaming Saint, how's it going? How's it going? I don't have a Regidrago yet, sadly. I don't know how many people in chat do memories like that too. It's like random usernames online I can remember. But like, the person I talked to 3 days ago would need to send a message that goes like, hello, name. I will avoid the name as much as possible because I don't want to get it wrong. One with the super chat. Your new name shall be Bayonetta or Rodon. I don't know who the second person is there, but I guess it seems like I don't have a choice in the matter. But super chat hype, guys. Juan, thank you for that. You're always so generous, man. Your name's on the stream twice already, and you're just updating yourself, man. I think I used to raid you too, but sadly quit streaming. It wasn't really your thing anymore, but still Shiny Hut actually got Shiny Kyogre today in Ultra Moon. Congrats on the Kyogre, dude. I feel that. I had to take a break from streaming for a bit. It was just, like, back in college, you know, I did it like 5 or 6 days a week. The only time I didn't stream was like, just because I had something else going on at that time. So like, I burnt myself out that way. And kind of a lot of it was like the stress of getting back in time to stream, stress of streaming. And if I didn't stream because like I didn't feel like it or I couldn't, the stress of having to tell people that I told I would stream, I can't stream. So like, I feel that it can be stressful. It can burn you out. Like I took a few months off back, you know, late or mid 2019, like finishing college, starting work. And then I accidentally took like a 3-month break just now. But it's fun. It's one of those things I get the itch for, and I like to come back to, and I wanna keep up content creation more. It's fun. But I totally get that. It's one of those things I feel like there's no harm in trying it out, but there's also no harm in realizing it's not your thing. It's not that your laptop is old, it's that sometimes it lags just playing Star Stable online, so you're scared what will happen when you try to run Sims or Minecraft. I get that. Like, I have some laptops that they're totally fine for, like, browsing the web or watching a video, but no way they'd play a game. I didn't even realize how Minecraft was supposed to look, because it would only run at, like, 5 FPS on my laptop, and I just accepted it until I played it on something else. Stream when you're about to leave middle school, so now you're going to graduate from high school. Dang, dude, time does fly. Yo, Puffin, how's it going? Hope it shines. Thank you. How are you doing, Puffin? How, you recovering okay from, the surgery? Good to see ya. Aren't you a 2-year member? Why are you new? I think the way that Streamlabels does, like, latest member, I think whatever it pulls your refresh. So, like, I think you, Cinder, and Mel are members right now. And unless we get a new member, it just kind of cycles through that every month. Is like, Cinder's renews, and then Mel's renews, and then yours renews, and then Cinder's renews, and then Mel's renews. So it's really just whatever membership is renewed the latest, it seems. Yo, Karim, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's been a while. Bet on pain meds, just in the wormholes grinding for another hunt. I got you, man. I got you. Hopefully everything, you're recovering well. It's good to see you, man. It was good to catch your stream yesterday. I hadn't been to one in a while. I had kind of just, like, fallen off. I had just kind of fallen off, like, YouTube, like, entirely on accident. But it's good to be getting back into it. I think I started to watch you when you were in 7th or 8th grade, and now you're in 11th. It's so weird. It's weird to think. I mean, I started streaming right after my sophomore year of college. Time really does fly. Yeah, I mean, I guess my first stream, I guess in that case, sorry I'm like itching my nose so much. It's always been a thing. All the all the long time viewers know. My nose just gets itchy on stream. But yeah, like, I started streaming, I guess, summer of 2017, I think. Good to see you too. Missed you lots. Hebe's gone. No. Aw, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, a lot of the streamers from when, I guess, like, kind of the time we all got started have kind of stopped. I don't think it was Gen 8 that did it, but it just kind of lined up with that, it seems. Like, I know Stream Egg too. He's tried doing some stuff, but, you know, he's got a whole lot going on. I know, just life-wise. The legendary itchy nose. We can't avoid it. We ran from it for 3 months. It's come back with a vengeance. You're going to go now. I need to chow down on some dinner. Then have a shower soon. It was nice talking to you again after so long, though. Yeah, it was good to see you, man. It was good to see you. Hope you have a good dinner and a good shower and a good rest of your night. Watching you since 11th grade, and now you're in SCAD in your 2nd year. Crazy. It's crazy. Stop itching that nose. I can't help it. I know, I got confused. I clicked on chat and it messed up my my encounter stuff. I'm getting used to, like, a whole new setup. Since I last streamed, I've got, like, a new desk. I have a stream deck. I have various, like, things that have changed. It's weird to try to get used to it. They just call me heavy pain meds. There must be some good pain meds, man. 7th grade when you started watching you, now you're in 10th. It's a theme. It's a theme of 3 years. It's a coincidence. Gonna have a nap, catch you in a bit when you're rested. All good, man. All good. Get some rest. Get some rest. Take some time recovering. Now you're living in the UK permanently. Really? That's a big change. I can feel it in my voice, guys. It's been so long since I've done a stream like this. Like, my voice isn't used to talking this long. I think I said that last time I picked streaming back up, too. Hernando's is the best restaurant in the UK. Wish we could have some in Canada. I've never heard of Nando's. I've also never been to the UK, so I wouldn't know. Hey, J18, how's everything going with your classes and stuff? I know you had your midterm recently, right? You said you got like a 90 on that, which is nice, dude. You have KFC over here too, and you had your first KFC. Nice. I haven't had KFC in a while. I don't feel like I'm missing out on a lot. Like, I feel like the only thing I would ever be excited about having KFC for is the biscuits, and, like, you can get biscuits elsewhere. I got a 90% instead of 85 because the teacher made a mistake, so you're happier. Nice! It's always great when, like, the teachers add back some points. Hey, that's awesome, dude. Especially, I mean, you spent, what, like 6 hours on it or something? That's... Yeah, dude. Yeah, man, you deserve that grade. Grand was epic and got you a Pikachu cake for your 21st. Awesome! It's awesome. From what I've seen, the KFC here isn't that great. When you're in Jamaica, it was so good. The lines would sometimes start outside. It's always interesting seeing how restaurants are like different from place to place, like country to country, and just like the way that they work with the cultures and stuff. Like, not surprisingly, most of the restaurants in the U.S., like their fast food is way healthier if you go to Europe than in America, just because that's how it is. Europeans won't eat the garbage that Americans will eat. Or like KFC is an example, like in Japan is like the staple food of Christmas, which you would never think about anywhere else, but it's the thing there. I hope you get a good grade for your digital art project because you suck at layering. What is layering? Because when I think of layering and digital stuff, I just think of like the fact that my layout is multiple layers. Or like that when I make thumbnails, like if I make a thumbnail, it's like one thing is on one layer and one thing is on the other. Is that like what it is for you too, or is that like an art term for you? When I heard of KFC being a big thing in Japan for Christmas, you were dying. It's like fast food fried chicken's not a holiday meal, but I mean for Japan, like Christmas is way more of just like a fun holiday than like in a lot of Western society where Christmas is way more of this like religious, family, serious, like wholesome like gathering. Christmas over there is just like, woo! Christmas, let's eat KFC with Santa Sanders and like, okay. I mean, it's interesting. It's always cool seeing that kind of stuff, right? My eye's itching, and I think it's because my hair is so long that it's, like, poking my eye. Baseball team won a championship, like, 30 years ago, and to celebrate, they had KFC, and they threw a statue of Colonel off the bridge. They haven't won a championship since then. I heard that. I think we probably learned that in the same video from Game Theory. I knew about KFC being a big thing before that video, but I had never heard of the curse until that Game Theory video. Was it Game Theory? No, it was Food Theory. Yeah, because it was food related. But Matt Pat. Either way, Matt Pat. That was the first time I learned about the curse. I forget where I learned about the fact that Colonel Sanders is basically their Santa. It's like there's a background layer for everything you want in the back of your drawing, a character layer, and then a cloth layer for the characters, eyes, hairs, mouth, etc. Interesting. Okay, so it's kind of what I thought then, I guess. But not quite what I thought it was. Very interesting. Yeah, so guys, I mentioned and kind of asked for it in the video yesterday, but does anyone have like suggestions of things for me to like do content-wise? Like just in general? Either it being like things to stream, videos to make, things to do with the community, anything like that. 'Cause one of the things I definitely think would be fun would be some like Among Us with everyone, just like an actual like Among Us like thing in the Discord at least. Maybe not streaming it, but like in the Discord or something. Food Theory, if I had to type that, yeah, like, that was a cool video. I read my mind, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I knew about the I knew the Colonel Sanders thing. I know in Europe, like French fries in McDonald's meals don't have sugar in them in the same way that they have it in like American McDonald's French fries. You know, stuff like that. I feel like the Colonel Sanders is the weirdest thing culturally, right? It was Food Theory. I thought you'd heard it before, but now I remember. Yeah, like that's the thing where I knew, like I said, I didn't know about the curse until the video. Like that specific part of it, I didn't know. Yo, Grenji, what's going on, dude? How you been? How you been? Good to see you. Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to hop off here real quick. I'll be back in a few minutes. We're gonna do one more encounter, and then I gotta pop out for a second. I have a like little be right back screen, so we'll put that up and we'll call it good with that. But I will be back. We'll do this one encounter, and then I will skedaddle real quick. Stream will still be up. You're doing absolutely fantastic. Awesome, dude. Good to hear. There's layers for colors and lighting, dark lines, duplicate fonts, and listen, you need to remember where everything is and set it the right place, and none of them overlap the wrong layer. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay, so it is kind of what I was thinking, but I imagine it's way more complex for you than it is for me with like my 3 layers of like a background, a picture of me, and a picture of the Pokemon. Alright, guys. We're at Encounter 84. I will be back momentarily. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. How's everyone doing? Everyone's still okay? Let's see when you come back. I am back. How have the past... I guess... how long have I been gone? Not too long, right? Over 50 layers, yeah. Yeah, that puts my 3 to shame. I should just add more layers for the flex, right? They don't need to have anything in them, or like every character. Like every single character in text on my thumbnails will just be a new layer. And it usually has over 100. Yeah, I mean, I guess like... Because, I mean, yeah, you're right with like the shading and stuff. Like every shadow and... Every shadow and everything like that's going to be a separate layer, right? Did you get help with the homework while I was gone? The real questions, JT. Gotta go, be back in a few. Alright, man. Alright, we just missed each other, I guess. It's like 10 minutes. Yeah, something like that. A little longer than I expected, but not too bad. Apologies for that. Just killed the chat. No. Seems ridiculous. So jealous you didn't do physics. Yeah, I did geology. I smashed some rocks together and called it a day. It was pretty fantastic. Yeah, because I was in the College of Engineering at my school. Most of College of Engineering had to take like physics or chemistry. Like you had to choose one of the two. But I was computer science, so I wasn't officially an engineer, so I didn't have to take those. I just had to take a science, and one of the sciences was geology. Dead chat. I mean, there was no streamer, so I guess it makes sense. But streamer is back. Hopefully everyone's still doing well. Hopefully not too many people got scared off. See Toko, like Jazz. It's okay. Not as good as the B movie, but Jazz is okay. Hopefully you're still around. How you doing? College feels like higher level high school. I mean, in a way it kind of is, right? Like, you have a little bit more of the freedom of being at college, but aside from that, it's just more classes. You get more freedom. Yeah, like... That was really nice. So just kind of being able to do your own thing. You don't have to be there all day. Yeah, like, I mean, for me, it was like... I had some classes in the morning, I had a lunch break, and then I had one class in the afternoon. Like, my freshman year, at least, like, I kept setting it up, so it was like... All my classes were in the morning, I had at least an hour of lunch, and then, like, one class afternoon to, like, still be like, hey, it's the afternoon, your day's not over yet, like... Like, that worked for me, and then, you know, I had most of the afternoon to either do homework or play video games, so that was always really nice. Now I have work all day. Not as much of a choice of whether or not I have to be there. Most of your classes are in the morning. Like, I'm not a morning person, so I specifically chose it like that. Like, it's like, alright, if I can force myself to get up, I will be up at a reasonable hour. And for the most part, it worked. Some of the times that I had 8 a.m.s, it was brutal, but what are you going to do? Sometimes that's what they have to happen. You have a 66 in physics, and that's the only thing that's lowering your GPA. Scared you might not get into university. You only have to do electricity and magnetism next semester. It'll only get worse. No. Hopefully you're able to bring that physics grade up, man. I wish you the best with that. So guys, another thing, and a suggestion specifically related to the streams and shiny hunting. What other Pokemon should I shiny hunt? I haven't done many shiny hunts in Gen 8. The only one that I think we really tried on stream was the Grookey. That hasn't happened, and I don't know. I don't feel like doing a... I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't feel like doing that hunt. Running around in circles is totally fine for me to do on my own time while watching TV, but I do not like doing it with you guys. Nothing against you. It's all against the spinning in circles. It's just it's not as entertaining on streams. Like it can be okay every once in a while as like a break, but kind of feels weird to have done it as our first thing. And the way I wanted to do it, we would have done it at least 3 more times after Grookey. So, especially since I also think the Grookey hunt wouldn't go super well because I don't think eggs counted towards increasing odds. So it was just brutal. It was pure Masuda. There was no extra chaining on top of that. It was Masuda and the Shiny Charm, which is fine, but not like fantastic or anything. And it was spinning in circles. I'd rather do like the normal overworld, just running around if that's a thing. The max raids, I guess, like doing max raids, I guess, with some of y'all or something, maybe something like that. Still missing SOS hunting. I want to do some more of that. I've been doing that off stream a whole bunch. I need to get, like I said, I got the capture software back. That's working now, so I can get a. This is in my desk. This capture card is still here. We can still, yeah, there's still that plug on it. I got to get that going again. I want to. And the thing with SOS on stream, the one problem I have with that is there aren't a lot of Pokemon left to SOS for me that aren't like weird and difficult. I think the last one we tried doing on stream was Ghastly as like a spooky hunt for Halloween. But that didn't succeed at any point because I think I started that and then we didn't get it and then Sword and Shield came out, so obviously we were just going to play Sword and Shield instead. That was in Sun too, which means I reset that one to do some hunts myself. Whoops. Yeah, but like, there's got to be something. There's got to be something in USUM that's like decently easy to SOS that I just haven't done, and we should do. Maybe do Dynamax Adventures. That's a thought. That's really a thought. Like, not a bad thought. Like, it's a good thought. It's on the list to consider. Never get shinies legitimately. You always abuse RNGs, so it's on everyone else in the chat to decide. Respect. It's like, I don't do it. I can't tell you what to do. But just like, even like normal Pokemon, I'm cool with doing that. I think I've done the Regis. You are never getting me to do Regice again. Ever. Never will that happen on stream again. I'm saying that now. As soon as I say something adamantly, I go against it, but I'm saying that now. I'm not doing that again. Yeah. That's it. I'm not doing those. I'm not doing the Regis. I'm not doing the OG Regis ever again. I don't think. Not until there's like a valid reason to do them again. Regieleki is something that's on the list, but I would have to buy the DLC a second time on Shield and play all of Galar through on Shield again before I could do that. So that's not happening soon by any means. Like that would happen if like someone like was like, here is $30. Go play through Shield and do this hunt sometime by the end of 2020. It's like, okay. Or like a goal or something. Like if we had like a member goal or something and be like, hey, if we can get to like 10 members or something before X date, like sure. But otherwise, I'm not super motivated to do that one right now. That's just how it is. I'm not buying the DLC a second time to do one hunt when there's a whole bunch of other hunts left to do before that. But and like because there's so much left in Galar. Like the only shinies I have in Galar so far is the Zigzagoon line. I have all of the Zigzagoon line, but that's the only ones I have. I have a Zigzagoon, a Linoon, and an Obstagoon. That's just what I have. That's how it. So like, there's a whole bunch of stuff to hunt. We have so many options. What do you guys want to see? Because I've kind of forgotten a lot of these Pokemon. I really wish we weren't stuck on that Darkrai hunt. You should do a Darkrai hunt alongside Stan tomorrow. Saturday. Random Tens is doing a Darkrai hunt for Halloween, I think. I also think he's wearing a costume because we hit the member goal over there. I was seeing the Galarian Bird's shiny form. I saw them at one point. I haven't looked at them closely. They looked neat, but they're locked, right? What do you feel like the palettes for the Regis and the birds are off? Like all the Regis or just the new Regis? The birds look weird because I expect the birds to look like the birds, but clearly they look different because they're new birds. Yeah, if we don't get Regidrago today, there's a few things I'm gonna set up to make this one a little bit better. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but there is a bit of an issue if we do find the shiny, in that I don't have a false swiper, and I don't have a lot of Pokemon that can tank this for too long. Like, we have to catch it fast. I have a Milotic with Rain Dance and a Heliolisk with I think Heliolisk or Helioptile. I forget which one's the. I think Helioptile, maybe? Or Heliolisk. I don't know. The second evolution. The one that's on my competitive team. I have that and Thunder. So I can paralyze it, and I can kind of knock it down to the yellow, and then throw Pokeballs like a madman. But that's it. That's all I got. The new Regis, the colors just look weird. I don't think they look too weird. They look different, but I think that's very intentional. Make them stand out. I mean, like, Registeel, Regirock, and Regice are like Steel, Rock, and Ice. Like, they're pretty muted colors because they're Steel, Rock, and Ice. Like, you have silver, brown, and light blue or clear. Like, that's what you got for those. So I think, like, Eliki being yellow, obviously it's electric. Like, that makes sense. And as far as, like, dragon colors, like, honestly, this kind of hits what I would think of with dragon colors, like that dark, like the deep red and black. So, like, to me, it looks fine. Like, it looks pretty normal. Like, kind of what I would expect from it. It's a neat design, too. I do like how his, like, arms are a dragon head. I just want to see Dynamax Adventures, or you could go for Sinistea. True. Sinistea is there. We might do some Dynamax Adventures if we can get, like, people together to do it. Maybe. I don't know. Or, I guess, like, you know what would be cool with those? Like, because you can do Dynamax with friends, right? Like, I think it would be really cool for, like, some, like, streamers to get together and, like, just have, like, a multi-stream, basically. Like, you know, 4 streamers just going at it, like, you know, like, I can't think of any because a lot of the guys I know have stopped, but, like, Puffin, Kanto Kairu, and, like, Wes and I or something. Like, I know Wes kind of has done some stuff. I think that would be cool. Like, if you could have, like, 4 streamers on a team together doing it, I think that would be neat. Would we all get the shiny together, or is it individual 1% chance? Yeah, Dynamax you can do with people. Yeah, it's actually competent in Dynamax Adventures. Yeah, they actually seem to know what they were doing. They, like, picked decent Pokemon. I didn't pick decent Pokemon, but they did. I need to look up, like, actual strats for that and how it works, because, like, I went through the one match of it that's, like, required for the story, and that's all I've done. I got that like, predetermined Suicune, and that was it. I think it'd be cool. Like, there's some legendaries in there I haven't been able to get before. I think they really haven't added too many, like... I guess what... Are the Tapus in there? Are the Tapus in it as shiny locked? As shiny catchable? I think they are, right? The Tapus would be the one thing that haven't been shiny that would possibly be in there, right? Hey, we are at 100! Thank you for catching that, Mel. It's individual because you and your friend did one and he got a shiny Klinklang and you didn't. Okay. Man, what if you got 2 shinies in the run? You wouldn't know until the end, right? I guess you would know if you picked it and threw it out and it was shiny. Man, because it's 1% chance. Like, 1 in 400, that'll happen. That'll happen. We're all here. We all know shiny hunting. A 1 in 400 odds is good. Like, it's like a 1 in 400 chance or something. No, I'm dumb. Ignore me entirely, please. I did the wrong math. I did bad math there. It's like what, 1 in 10,000? Not horrible, but possible. That someone will find 1 in 10,000. Yeah, that's gonna happen to someone. Someone's gonna get 2 shinies. 100 attempts in 100 minutes. That's crazy. If the reset's going faster than I thought, I still think I can speed it up by just doing a round where I confirm that I'm catching Drago, I'm committing to Drago, and then just moving on from that. Like, if I just like the fact is like I think you can get rid of this dialogue. I think you can get rid of this. So you'd save 2 or 3 seconds per encounter. That's not too much. Like, if the encounters are taking a minute with the boot up time of the game being what it is. But yeah, that's not too bad. We can speed it up a little bit, and again, I need to get my team prepped. But like I said, I managed to put this together in like a combined 3 hours. I'm impressed with myself. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but getting a layout from scratch, not even from scratch, but like from a computer that didn't work, like salvaging a computer that didn't work, putting it together. Made you so mad that he got one after the thing ended and he showed you. Dynamax Adventures are tough. I honestly almost lost it the first time. I don't know if they'll let you, but I definitely didn't have the right typing. I think that I think it'll be fun. I think it's not the Battle Tower, or it's not the Battle Frontier. It's like it's not quite what people want out of it, but it gives you the Battle Tower. You have the Battle Tower, and you have this, which is kind of like the Battle Frontier, where like you're like pick your own Pokemon and then go do the thing. It's like it's a unique twist on it. I like it. It's a neat concept. Tapus are not shiny locked. Good. We can do those hunts. I saw the Cosmog that you can get. Like, that's just there in Freezington or whatever its name is. I forget already. I could check the map. But we're doing an encounter. Like, there's the Cosmog there. And I was so excited. Like, I looked it up. Like, is this thing... Like, is this shiny locked, or is this like available? And of course, like, no, it's locked. It's like, dang it. I think that leaves Cosmog. Cosmog and Cosmo were the only 2 Pokemon in like that are Gen 7 and earlier. That there's like no way to get shiny, right? Like obviously, like you have the new Pokemon that are like locked, but like. I think it leaves Cosmog and Cosmo as like one of the only sets of Pokemon that like you cannot legitimately have shiny, event or otherwise. Ole in the Freezington gives you Cosmog and it's locked. I know. As soon as I saw that Cosmog, I put my controller down and looked, is this shiny locked? Can I hunt Cosmog? Can I have a shiny Nebby? Like I said, like it would take it being an incentive for like membership goals or sub goals or someone donating for me to buy the second copy of the DLC or something for me to play the DLC a second time. I would buy the DLC a second time if it would mean getting a shiny Cosmog and a shiny Cosmo. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's like those are some Pokemon that I was like, dang, I can't get these, and it's some of the few Pokemon that unfortunately can't go backwards into my national dex, my living national dex on Sun. But it's one of the few Pokemon that like is an Alola Pokemon I could get and add and be like, it's part of my Alola National Dex. When we saw the Cosmog, you're like, please God, let me have this, and then it was told it was locked. Yeah. Yeah, like there was a lot of excitement in that. Because despite Gen 8 being out now, my goal is still that shiny living Alola Dex. You lost the Suicune? Rip, dude. Rip. So you had to play it again, then? Like, for story's sake, you had to play again? Yeah, that'd be brutal. At least you don't know if you failed the shiny or not. Which, I mean, I guess you wouldn't know anyways, but... Like, you wouldn't know in any case like that. The story lets you go on. I mean, you can go on, but, like, you have to... Do they give you like the same? Is it like a set amount of the like dynamite ore, like Dynamax ore, or whatever they call it? Because like the whole point of doing that is like you're rewarded with some of that ore, and you need that for the story. What? You get less? Do you still get enough? Because like I won and I only had like one extra. It's like I feel like it means you need to play again. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I haven't looked into any of this. Whenever you had to get the carrots, I had to do another one. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's what I thought. That's what I meant by like you need to beat it for the story. But I guess you can just lose twice and it'd be fine. Like lose 2 or 3 times and you're good. What are the odds on this, guys? It's still the 1368, right? Or 1365? He loses like it's never happened. Yeah, I mean, I guess canonically, like, not a lot of bad stuff happens, so you just lose, and you get taken back up at the start, and like, oh, no. Really, they just want you to know how to do it. Like, story's sake, all you're doing is going in there, letting the NPCs do their NPCing and have their dialogue moments, and then you can move on with the story. Yo, Jihao, what's going on, man? How you doing? Totally forgot the curry decks was the thing. I haven't finished the curry decks, no. I'm not a true completionist. Man, there's so much I didn't like complete with this game that like I didn't intentionally not complete. I just put the game down and didn't pick it back up. I never did curry decks. One of the things I know someone did it. Someone's done it, and I guess at this point the game's been out a year. I shouldn't be surprised because like I had like 200 shinies or something in Sun and Moon by this point. But like someone completed all the shiny alchemies. That one's crazy. It's good to be back. It's good to be back for sure, man. It's good to be back. Good to see you, man. It's been so fun getting back into this. Hanging out with people again. We're absolutely going to have to do some more of these streams. What happened to your Regis? They added more. You know, honestly, of all the Pokemon to get new typing additions, I didn't think it'd be Regis. Absolutely everyone thought it was going to be Evolutions. Did you just do like a cryptic puzzle to get the Regidrago like an Emerald? Nowhere near the level of what you had to do in Gen 3. You get some clues at the start of the story. And there's no point to having them because they're like half of sentences, they're like half of words and stuff, like, you know, ooh, like cryptic, you gotta go find the rest of it. You walk up to the door of the temples and it fills out the whole thing for you. The puzzles are pretty easy. One of them, I think it was Registeel, I had to look up just because I didn't know that mechanic was a thing. The other ones I was able to figure out. Like, they're pretty straightforward. There's no, like, reading Braille and learning Braille from the user manual like you had to do in Gen 3, but like, there was a little bit of a puzzle to it if you wanted to do that without looking it up. But, I mean, the thing is, like, I think we've talked about this before, but, like, in the age of the internet, something like the Regis, like, the original Regis, like, style of puzzle doesn't work as well anymore. Like, it's no longer this, like, just mysterious thing you have to stumble upon and all this. It's like, people would be like, oh, you gotta go here and do this. And it's like, oh, that's dumb. Why do we have to do that? And it's like, we don't know. It's like, the internet would spoil it too fast. Like, I mean, obviously, like, I used the internet to figure it out. Like, I forget which one. Like, you know, in order to unlock them, you had to like have certain Pokemon in your party when you dove down to a certain cave and like all this crazy stuff. And it's nothing like that this time. It did the same thing Oras did. How did Oras change? I forget. It's been like 5 or 6 years since I did that part of Oras. Imagine if they made you read Braille again. Like, I get why they don't, but that would have kind of been cool. Like, I mean, obviously everyone would just have looked it up again, but that would have been a little cool. Is it Regigigas in this game? Is there? Favorite puzzle in Oras is when you have to give a Castilla cone to one of your Pokemon. I think I said that right. Which Regigigas didn't have a bad ability. Love that thing. Yeah, I mean, they were trying to nerf it, but like, at this point, I feel like you would just kind of like catch it up to power creep if you gave it a new ability of some kind. I haven't actually seen a Mirage Island in the original Gen 3, no. You have to have them all, including Drago and Eliki. Of course you have to have both Drago and Eliki. That would be crazy if you didn't. Would love to see a Ghost Reggie or like Ghost Regigigas. I don't know. I think like these are a nice little addition. I kind of like them. Now we have, what, 6 Reggies if you include Gigas. So, I mean, I guess they are kind of legendaries that work with the elements. I don't know. I mean, there were golems before. Like, it worked that they were made out of steel, rock, and ice. And having a rock in the ground would be a little boring. But, like, these are neat. I like them. I don't know how well they fit overall, like, theme-wise. So I don't know how many more they could, like, do. Like, I don't think we could have, like, a fire or water one. Basically have half your party of Reggies just to go to Regigigas. I mean, if you have to have all of them, then like you have to have 5 of your party be Reggies to open whatever the door is, wherever it is. I actually don't think I've seen that door. Whatever it may be. Platinum Regigigas was kind of dumb. Didn't you have to transfer him up from Gen 3 to get it? Gen 4 was crazy for its like level of intricacy for all of its events. Like, Gen 3 had reading Braille, sure. And like that's a little insane. I don't know what Game Freak was thinking with that, but they only did it for like a set of Pokemon. Like Latios weren't like that. But like every mythical in Gen 4 was like this massive journey. It would be so cool to do, but I don't know. They went all out with every single one of those Gen 4 Pokemon. Gen 4 transferring was... How'd you have to do it in Gen 4? I forget. But I mean, I know you just plugged in the 2 cartridges into the same system because it was possible. You need the Toys R Us one to get the Reggies. And then you get another level 1 Regigigas. Hey, I mean, that way you can train up the competitive Pokemon with an uncompetitive ability. Did that catch minigame? Didn't people hate that because you had to do a minigame to transfer your Pokemon? I don't know. I never did it. I haven't transferred anything outside of from 6 to 7. And that was just put it in Pokemon Bank and pick it up out of Pokemon Bank. Which is more of a sign that the internet ruined everything. It made everything way simpler. And then it was boring. Joking aside, like, it did change the way that like you did a lot of that stuff. Like, suddenly it was just, what do you mean they can't transfer? Like, there's just an app that you put them all in, and then you take them all out of it. Which makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. But it's weird. Like, it made it less of an event to do it. If you missed one and ran out of time, your Pokemon would be lost forever. There's no way it was that. Don't think it'd be lost forever? Yeah. Yeah, like, there is absolutely no way they'd be like, oh, catch your Pokemon again, or it's gone. No. No. Platinum was an upgraded version of Diamond and Pearl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what third version of the game were. It was just the original game with a little bit extra content, rearrange some stuff to make it feel a bit fresher, and give, like, some extra post-story stuff. Well, man. That water went down incorrectly. It gets sent back to the old game, you have to try sending it again. Like, that makes sense. Beating Platinum by only walking challenge? No. Would still take less time than one hitting a Blissey, but... Beating Pokemon Platinum with your feet. That would be quite impressive. The buttons are quite tiny on those DSs. Can you beat Pokemon Platinum without taking damage? There is no way I would try. Get a Game Champ to do it. He did Blue. The madman that he is. Like, that was an insane thing to see posted online of, like, VG Myths. Beat Pokemon Blue without taking a single point of damage. Like, what? No. Without save scumming, too. That man was insane. Oh, Smollett did do Platinum, didn't he? I forgot that. I never watched that video. I just watched the Game Champ one about Blue. I need to watch Smollett's video. Video be Ian spamming double team and still getting hit every time. You want me to do it? Finding a challenge run of something I could emulate would be fun. Find a challenge that's simple enough for me to try without, like, losing my mind. But, like, fun enough to watch. Let's try it. Taught you how to speedrun Odyssey. Oh man, that water's still in the wrong spot. I just inhaled and felt this, like, sharp, like, poke in my throat. Oh, that was not pleasant. I forget where I learned the Odyssey speedrun strat. I learned up through Wooded Kingdom. I know I got to Wooded Kingdom with my speedrun strats, but didn't get any farther than that. I know Smollett's done a whole bunch of challenge runs, and I guess some decent speedruns. You made so many Gen 4 teams in Pokemon Showdown and they're gone. Did they just delete them after some time or something? Gen 4 battling was great. Never did a lot of battling in Gen 4. The only games I've gotten into actual battling mechanics in is Gen 8. Like, it's weird that Gen 8 is like the one where I got super into the battling stuff for like a month. I made one team, played a couple rounds with some friends, and put it down. But like, I built that team, like, crazy built that team. But none of my other friends did, and I wiped the floor with them, and they no longer wanted to do it, which was fair. So I didn't do it much after that. Learned speedrun strats from the man himself, Video Game Donkey. I haven't seen a lot of Donkey stuff. I see it every once in a while. Did one where you could not ever go to a Pokemon Center, not even let your mom heal you. I imagine that run just relied a lot on payday. And like, you could eventually you can just buy all that stuff from the mart after like one battle. Like, as long as you're able to like one hit a good number of Pokemon in NPC battles, like, it becomes like a non-issue almost, and just like you just buy a whole bunch of max potions and call it a day. It's just grindy, which I mean for me it's fine. I'm totally fine with grinding. Rowlet only run? Heck yes. Rowlet only Hoenn run. I joke, but I know there's I know there's some version, someone made some ROM hack for Gen 3 that had all the Gen 7 Pokemon in it. We should do it. We should absolutely do it. Beating Pokemon Emerald with only Rowlets? The clickbait title of the century. Would only be able to go to the Mart after every gym battle. That'd be tough at the start, but eventually I still feel like you end up in a decent situation with that. Rowlet solo run. No evolving, nothing. Just Rowlets. Purely Rowlets. Haven't played the main series games in a year. Before this stream, or before yesterday when I played through Crown Tundra, I don't know how long it had been. I legitimately don't know how long it had been since I'd played, like, Sword and Shield. I can't say mainline, because I've been playing Sun pretty regularly for the past month or so. Doing some shiny hunting there. Feel the DLCs being stupid, like you don't like the DLCs? That's fair. I mean, there's this stigma around, like, DLC as a term, just because, like, it's one of those things where you do have that mentality of, like, I bought this game, why did it not come with the game? Like, this is an update to the game. But I also can understand where it's, like, this is basically the content that would have been in another... This game, with the $60 initial buy and the $30 DLC... which is $90. That's a lot to have in this game. In this game especially, the one that people say doesn't have enough content. They could have just made a third game and put the DLC in that and charged you $30 or $40, $60. I can't say numbers. $60 for content you already had plus the DLC, and then you're paying like $120 to have it all. Like, it makes it for people who would have waited for just buying the third game, it makes it a little more expensive for them, for sure. But, like, as someone who already owns both Sword and Shield, like, the DLC was a cheaper option than a third game. But yeah, I still kind of get that. Like, I really would have liked, like, an Emerald-esque thing, but I don't know. I don't know how much of the story I would have wanted to play through a second time. Only Pokemon game you were playing until yesterday was Go. I played Go for the Porygon Community Day. That's the only time I've played it. In over a year. Actually, over a year. Because, like, I was going to say almost a year. But, like, I picked that game up, like early October? When was the Porygon Day? Was Porygon in October, or was Porygon just before October? I forget. I think it was late September. In that case, like, I hadn't played Go since Sword and Shield came out. Sword and Shield, like, pulled me in, and I played just Sword and Shield, and then all of my Pokemon, like, motivation got associated with Sword and Shield for a while, and I didn't have a lot of it. So I just kind of stopped playing after I, like, you know, made my competitive team and stuff. Hardest Pokemon ROM is Dark Rising, and the hardest fan game is Insurgents. Always wanted to play those ROMs that have no time. There. Uranium is really good too. I remember I might have Uranium on that PC. It might be on that. I'll have to check. I'm not 100% sure. But I know Uranium was, like, the big one. Like, the one everyone knew about that, like, made headlines, and the Pokemon Company had to shut it down. Like, they had to, like, go, nah, you can't do this. Like, basically, I don't even really know how much, like, you can't do this. This isn't allowed. Like, and they were actually upset. I think it was more so from, like, a trademark perspective of, you're big enough that people think it's an actual Pokemon game. We have to tell you to stop legally. Was what happened there. Why can't they make Pokemon Chessblade or something? Porygon was August? What? Has it really been that long since I played Go? I feel like how Game Freak's moving toward DLC, less money you have to spend. Yeah, like that's kind of like the situation. My concern with DLC, and I think this is a concern that will be valid at some point, not right now. But we touched on earlier on the stream how I'm mildly concerned and mildly saddened by the fact that the 3DS family, like they are no longer, it is discontinued. They are no longer producing any new ones of them. Obviously, like, there's no new games coming out. All the games are coming out on Switch. Why not get a Switch? Like, that kind of thing. That's a valid argument, yes. But if I want to play Pokemon Sun, and I want to play my copy of Pokemon Sun, I need a 3DS. Like, that argument there of, like, I need something that can play it. I don't want it to ever not be playable. Whether or not, like, game updates and stuff, that totally besides the point. Like, all those models are in the game. We know they're there. Like, the game can be played on any system at any time. There's no problem with that. But this DLC content, eventually, it will not be available and through official channels. It'll be like a decade or two. But eventually, you will no longer be able to play this because it's not physically coming on any cartridges. It is a download. The nice thing about 3DS and DS games is the data is saved on the cartridge. Yes, exactly. It's a weird compromise because it's like the cartridge is less likely to break. It is simpler. It can be moved between systems without some kind of system transfer. The Switch, I'm not just going to lose a Switch. I could drop a cartridge behind, like, a couch, and it's just gone. But also, if my Switch breaks, all my saves are gone for every game. Like, it's a lower risk, but, like, it's less likely to happen, but if it does happen, it's more catastrophic. Yo, Jeswell, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. How you been? Good to see you. Pokemon Company won't stop being greedy, though. I will say that I expect Pokemon Unite, or whatever it is, I think that is the bottom of the decline right now. That is my thought, is that it's bad. It's the lowest of lows I think we've seen in terms of Pokemon releases, and I think obviously everyone is very aware that is not geared towards this community. It got an English announcement solely for the fact that there are people who will download a Pokemon MOBA because they think it's cool and they don't understand Tencent, and how they could literally play that game now without it being Pokemon and have all the same mechanics because they don't... Typing doesn't matter. The only thing that's Pokemon about it is they evolve, but the heroes in the Tencent games already did some kind of power-up. Like, that's the thing. I think Pokemon Unite is, like, the low. I mean, we've seen it for the past while, and we've all known. They've talked about it. They've admitted that, like, Ishihara and Masuda did not expect the Switch to succeed. They thought it was going to flop. Mobile was where it was at. Everything's going to be mobile games at this point. Why do we need to develop for consoles? So, not as much effort was put into them. Like, I mean, look at all the spin-off games we've had. Up until they announced Snap, the only spin-off games that had been announced since, like, Super Mystery Dungeon. Like, I guess the only games since Super Mystery Dungeon to have been announced as, like, spin-off games that weren't also mobile games or better suited as mobile games have been Pokemon Snap and the Mystery Dungeon DX. Those are the only two, like, non-mainline Pokemon games, because, like, the Let's Go games are mainline, they're just not, like, core RPG, but, like, the only Pokemon games that haven't been, like, intended to be, like, a home console release, like, the spin-off games recently have been mobile games, and Masuda and Ishihara have admitted they were wrong. Like, they had a bad take. They had a very bad take. I mean, they said all this stuff, and, like, Last of Us was succeeding tremendously. Like, well-written, story-driven content is not going away. Shocker. But basically, like, the people who can make decisions at Game Freak, on top of obviously Pokemon Company as a whole pressuring, but people at Game Freak had bad takes, and they didn't expect the Switch to succeed. Stuff was mangled with the Wii U and the Switch and everything, and that crunched the 3DS games for sure. But I think Unite is kind of the low. I think Snap is the sign that we're on the right track. I think they're like, all right, we got to fix this. Bandai Namco can make a good game. Let's give them Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap. They didn't even call it Snap 2, but like they give them Pokemon Snap. I think that'll be a great game. I think it'll be really fun. It's perfect for the Switch, the motion controls, and literally hitting like a shutter button is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for that. I think we're on the upswing, and the DLC is also a good sign for this, that they didn't rush another set of games this year. Yo, BB, what is going on? Can't stay long, just thought you'd come and say hello. Well, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, Sin could be used to make use the data on there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess like you could make like a 3DS to USB adapter or something. That'd be neat. Play your games in an emulator. Genius Sonority should make Pokemon games. The GameCube games are actually goated. Didn't really think of Unite like that. Like it's a Tencent MOBA. Like Unite is just a reskin of Tencent's MOBA that they make every day. Like Tencent has released several MOBAs already that are just like the same generic thing but with insert franchise skins on it, and that's really all they do. Like the sign that it wasn't written as a Pokemon game is the fact that types don't matter. Do you know how incredible a MOBA would be with typing? Like the fact that like if Unite was like actually an original game and not just a reskin of Tencent games, and had like evolving and typing, because it has evolving, that would be the first time that evolutions matter in a battle. Like the fact that, if you choose a Pokemon that's pure fire at the start, and it evolves, and it's suddenly into fire fighting, that's what much everyone hates it, becomes fire fighting, you're now trying to think and strategize, like, all right, do we rush early game to try to get to evolve once and have this, like, crazy type advantage over the team for a little bit before, like, they come back later? Like, there'd be so much strategy. I wouldn't necessarily play it. I'm not a big... The more complex a strategy gets, and the more you have to think about stuff, and the more, like, moves ahead you have to think, the less I can get it. But that would be such a unique concept, and they just didn't... They didn't do that. They weren't going to do that. The game is meant for the Chinese market. That's what it is. That's just straight up what it is. That's why you work with Tencent, is to get into the Chinese mobile market. Magikarp Jump was fun for a while. I'm not saying the mobile games are bad. I'm just saying, like, it's obvious that's what their focus was. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like every company does have to make money. I mean, yeah, I don't fault them for making money and like making decisions to make money. Obviously, that's why they sold DLC instead of a game. They knew the DLC would sell better. They would sell more copies of the DLC than they would sell copies of a third game right now. That's just... I think they understand that. I think they understand where they are at as a company in the community's eyes. And that it is in their best interest to not release a whole nother version of the game this year. Let the DLC just kind of come out. Basic announcements. Honestly, let us forget Pokemon a little bit. Like, not like forget. No one's going to forget Pokemon, but like, let us play other things or play spin-offs and enjoy those, and then come back like, hey guys, 2022 or like even 2021, like, they would have at least had like 3 years of the team that worked on Let's Go having gotten something going for the next games if they do 2021. I mean, I'm not going to say that they like specifically single out Game Freak. Game Freak has the most work to do there. And the thing is, Game Freak doesn't have, like, if you tell Bandai Namco to rush the game, they'll tell you to, like, kick rocks. They'll leave. Game Freak can't. Game Freak is their, like, they own Game Freak. That Game Freak must do what Pokemon Company says. Ishihara even teased this by putting Gen 2 Pokemon, as well as Espeon and Umbreon, left and right, and they announced Pokemon Unite. He really teases. They set it up a certain way. But I genuinely think, you don't mind if people enjoy it or whatever, just hate that Game Freak hyped us up for a week to reveal that. They should have revealed it with Snap. I know you're talking about the fact that it's dumb that the special event was for Unite and not for Snap. They made it seem like it was because it was like for this big excitement. What it was really for is the real reason that Unite was a separate announcement is that it was the Unite stream was also on Tencent's website for the Chinese audience. And it would be really awkward if Tencent was streaming something that they blacked out 70% of the content because it wasn't about Unite. The Chinese market is not getting any of the other stuff. They are only getting Unite. Therefore, it is only a video about Unite. That's why that was like that. That's the reason that was. Because Unite isn't going out to the same audience fully. So it had to be a separate reveal. I don't like that they made it like, ooh, look at this big thing that's going to happen. Everyone got up for it and went, I woke up early for that? Yeah, but that's why that happened that way. Yo, Cinder, what's going on? Long time no see. How have you been? I did not see you were streaming. It was relatively late planned in terms of, like, I announced it all yesterday. Is Pokemon Unite bad? I don't think it's even out yet, right? But the reason that Unite would have issues, and I'm not going to say it's good or bad, is that even if Unite specifically isn't out, every other Tencent MOBA is out, and those games are the same game, just with a different skin on them. Don't have a good feeling about it. I mean, anything developed directly by Tencent, I'm already not going to use. Sad to see Pokemon go against their code of making money-hungry games. Never release a game like Unite again. I don't think they will. Unite exists Unite exists solely for a singular purpose. It's not going to do well in the West. They don't care. They know it's not. It's not for us. It's not for us, but they will release it to us in the chance that someone does want to play it. That's how it be. Tencent's not involved. They're the only ones doing anything. Pokemon just licensed it to them. Same as you have been playing WoW, doing a dungeon run for a change at a parent mount right now. Cool. Yo, Indie, what's going on? Tencent bought LOL, and being a Chinese company, they're obviously going to copy it for money. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still just think it would have actually been a neat concept if they had actually put typing in it. Like, if type advantages mattered, it would suddenly it would change the game. It would change the game, maybe not significantly, but it would change it enough for it to actually be like a unique game. But no, they're not doing that. They're literally taking the same game on the same engine and reskinning it and releasing it with a different logo. Gonna go to bed. All right, see you later, BB. Thank you for tuning into the stream. It was good to see you, man. Yeah, but that requires it. I know, exactly. Like, that's where I have some friends who are like, who genuinely, like, mean well, and, like, they want to, like, they dislike the fact that, like, Pokemon has caught so much flack in the past year, seemingly blindly, in a lot of senses, especially, like, from their perspective of not having played since, like, Gen 4, so the fact that Pokemon's in 3D at all is crazy. And, like, a lot of the stuff that they took out is something that they already didn't notice. They like the DLCs. They were pretty receptive to a lot of the stuff that came out in those announcements. And they're like, oh, it looks like fun. I think I'll play that. I'm like, don't. It's a Tencent game. It's not a Game Freak game. Do not validate it. Like, this isn't me being like, oh, it's bad because it's new. It's like, no, it's a bad dev. It's a very bad dev. It's like their development portfolio includes a bunch of these random LOL ripoffs, which aren't even ripoffs because they own it, but includes a bunch of these League of Legends clones and the social score system for the Chinese government. So, like, no. Mainly the last one. Mainly the last one is the problem there. Alright, guys. It's been almost an hour and a half, and it looks like we're about to hit 150 encounters, so we're going to go to 150. That'll be where we wrap up for the night. I don't know when the next stream will be. It won't be this weekend. I will be visiting Mel, so I will not be at my computer. So we won't be doing a stream this weekend. We'll find some time next week to set up a couple streams. Yo, what's going on, man? Neeb, how's it going, dude? How you been? I mean, yeah, in everyone's book they have been, dude. That's not a new revelation. Yeah, so, like, again, my thought, and I hope it's not just, like, some optimistic, like, fairy tale, but we've definitely seen, like, from the internal, like, from the core Pokemon community's perspective, we've definitely seen, like, this decline over the past little bit, just in general. I think we're at the bottom of that. I think we're coming up. I think, again, the DLC giving Namco the license to make Pokemon Snap 2, new Pokemon Snap. I think that's a good sign. I actually think the fact that we haven't heard a whole lot recently, like since Unite, is a good thing. Like the only thing we've really seen since Unite is these. I think that's a good sign. I legitimately think that's a good sign for the franchise. I think slowing down, taking a breath, realizing you're going in the wrong direction, I genuinely think that's what's happening right now, and I think they are writing that course. I really want that to be the case. I will accept if I am wrong, but we won't know that for a couple years, at least. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It has been so much fun getting back into this with you guys. I want to keep doing more of these. I want to make some more videos, like actual video content and everything like that. And hopefully we can find some new, more fun stream stuff to keep doing. Don't want to get political, but it seems like Chinese companies are kind of getting flamed here. Specifically Tencent. I will flame Tencent all day long, and that is separate from any other issue. That's generalizing everything is one thing, but I am specifically like I will specifically avoid that game because it's made by Tencent. That's where it's at for me. I get it though. It is a little bit of a political topic. We are talking about like a government and supporting them because of the government and everything, but like specifically my thing is Unite is the bottom. It is the end of this decline. I think it would be very hard to go below that rock bottom that is now set. Real quick, what do you think will be in the next Pokemon Direct? Is there a Pokemon Direct announced, or are we just thinking hypothetical? That's the thing. That's the thing where it's like we don't have a lot of stuff happening right now with Pokemon. Crown Tundra just came out. Snap is coming out soon, so I guess maybe we'll get like a short little direct showing off a bit more about Snap, possibly. That's really all I can see. Like, aside from that, I think we'd see if we were to have a direct sometime soon. Assuming I haven't found anything. Not yet. We're about to wrap up. We got a couple more encounters left. I'm ending on 150. This is 149. But yeah, so if we were to have a direct within like the next month, which I don't think is likely, we will get a little bit of an update on Pokemon Snap. And aside from that, we get like announcements for some like limited time events or like special events coming up or something. I don't think we would see much in terms of like new games announced. Especially right now, we're hitting the holiday season. They're not going to announce any new games during the holiday. That's just, it's a dumb business move to be like, hello everyone who's about to buy our stuff. There's a new thing coming out in a couple months. Buy that. And everyone doesn't buy the stuff they want to buy now. So we're not going to see if there is a new direct before the end of the year, we won't see any new games. It'll just be like, look at the number of people playing these games. This is a new event that's going to happen. It'll be like some Gigantamax event, some max rate event. That's what we would see. All right, guys, final encounter. We got to go up after the bottom. Exactly. That's, like I said, I don't think I'm being overly optimistic. I think it's been admitted that things have not gone well. They have admitted that things haven't worked out perfectly, and they have slowed down. And I think they're genuinely slowing down to take a look at what caused them to go on the course they went on for a bit there. So it's a mixture of just like, it's a slow time of the year, and it is a slow time of slow time of the year, and it's just a slow time in where they need to be right now. Hypothetically, like 2021, 2022. By 2022, we would have a new game announcement. There's no way we would go that long without a game. I'm thinking we'll hear something next year about a game. I don't know if we'll see a game next year. I kind of feel like we will. I don't think they're going to go that slow. Like, whatever they were going to release, they were already working on. Like, the new games are in development. There's no way they're not. I don't think we'll go that long. So I think we'll hear about new mainline games. I don't think we're gonna fall all the way back to like a 3 or 4 year cycle. As much as that would probably mean like great quality for the games, I don't think we'll fall back that far. I think the idea of waiting that long to release new games has kind of gone by the wayside. We'll hear something about new games next year, I assume. What color would the shiny even be? So I think the red stays the same, and the like arms become more bluish from what I've seen. A bright pinkish color. Okay, I didn't know that changed. All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. Final encounter of the night, guys. After this, I will, before the next stream, because like I said, next stream will be next week, I will fix the soft resist to be a little bit faster. All right, 150. I wasn't quite expecting to get it that fast. So, Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. It's been so good hanging out with you guys again. We'll pick this back up next week, maybe Monday. I would like to do Monday. I'd like to do multiple streams next week. That would be a lot of fun. I know there's at least one day next week. I think it'll either be Wednesday or Thursday that I can't stream. I have some work stuff that just has to happen after hours, which means I probably can't schedule a stream then. I'm going to be spending some time over the next week trying to figure out like content to do. Like that's not like pre-recorded, edited content and stuff. I don't know exactly what it'll be. We can figure out some stuff to do aside from shiny hunts on live streams. That's still Pokemon related, because I think that's been something I haven't done a lot of and would like to do some. Is like, if I do stuff that's not shiny hunting, I tend to not do Pokemon, and I'd love to do some actual Pokemon stuff. Can't wait for next stream. I can't wait either. But alright, guys, see if you can join the next one. Kind of hooked on this channel now. Awesome! Glad to hear it. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be talking with everyone. So thank you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, take care.